When I tell you, I truly miss this thrifting. Feels like coming home.
But we could be everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be everything that we want.
We're packing for California. I have to fly back for a few days for my uncle's service. If you guys don't know, my uncle recently passed, so his service is going to be in California. Of course, he is the one who owned the antique shop that I went shopping for a lot of my home items before we moved. I did a vlog, which I will link in the description box, of his store because he was starting to liquidate everything. But I am so sad that this is the reason that I'm going back to California. It's very bittersweet, but we do have to pack. I'm only going to be there for a few days, so I will be using my level 8 luggage. This is the Gibraltar aluminum 20-inch carry-on. It is TSA approved, and it's super sturdy and durable. It's made from an aerospace grade aluminum magnesium alloy, which is really good. And you guys know, I think that level 8 just swivels so well. And this is on carpet. It's like all-wheel drive on a suitcase. I say that all the time. But this one's a little bit different because if you get this particular luggage, it comes with a 4-piece luggage cube set, which I will show you guys. And there's a beautiful 100% leather luggage tag, which I think is so cute. So I think this is adorable. Let's get into what I actually packed, because full transparency, this is my umpteenth time filming this, and the first time I filmed it where I thought I was done, and I filmed several clips, I was on S&Q on this camera, so there was absolutely no sound. I was so like gutted. But it is what it is. It just is a sign that maybe I was talking a little bit too much and y'all didn't want to hear all that. So let's get into what we actually packed. Oh wait, hold on. So the thing is this actually locks if you switch it from the 3 zeros. Okay, this is the inside. I'm gonna lean you guys down because I really want you to get the full experience. Okay, so this is the full suitcase. One thing I love is these little flaps. They actually are elastic in case you need to like stretch it a little bit, but it has this little metal piece right here that you literally just hook it onto to keep all your stuff in place. Now this one did come with packing cubes. It came with 4 packing cubes, and one of them is this one right here. The cutest thing about these packing cubes is this little black box right here, because the packing cube actually has a label system. Hold on, let me show you. Has a label system where you can put on this little box exactly what's in the packing cube, so you know. So for this one, this is all of my clothes for the trip, so I put the packing cube label that had the clothing on it, and it just fits in here so neatly. I actually didn't take that much at all. This is everything that I took. I have my linen Zara dress, and then I have this really pretty dress right here, which you guys might have seen from a thrift haul that I think my uncle would love if he could see it. I do have a pair of cutoff denim shorts and a button up as like a extra outfit. I have my flowy pinstripe pants and a white tee. This is for my flight back outfit. PJs that may have to be an outfit are these Gap body little pajama shorts in this H&M graphic tee, and that's pretty much it. That's all I'm taking. And then I have my Quince nude underwear, which I highly recommend. If you guys are interested, I will leave those linked in the description box. But that is all that's in this packing cube right here. Just everything that I'm gonna wear. I do plan to potentially thrift, so I want to leave the whole other side empty for those things. But all I have right here is this packing cube that has all of my electronics in it, like filming stuff. It's all in here, and it even came with these little dividers inside of this cube, so that if you needed the dividers, you could have them, which clearly I need. And because this is electronics, I'm gonna go ahead and put the electronic sticker right there to identify that. And then I just have my Bose headphones. I really don't need these in here necessarily, but because you have to take your laptop out when you're going through TSA, I don't even want to put my laptop in here. It's in my bag. I'm gonna save these other packing cubes. I have 1, 2, oh, And then I have this packing cube, which is housing my laptop, ironically, and the charger, which is really great. I don't have anything. I'll just put the level 8 label here, but I have to put this in my personal item because I just want to be able to easily take it out and put it in the bin. So the rest of these little labels I'm going to stick in here, and this is the only packing cube that I'm not using. So I'm going to close this back up. So that's everything that I'm taking. And then I couldn't decide between my Louis Vuitton like large travel backpack, which is this one, or this one, but obviously I went ahead and went with this one because I think it'll be easier to set on top of the luggage. So again, this luggage will be linked down in the description box below, but I do feel like this luggage is so easy to travel with. It got me from California to Houston in my big move. Then it got my husband from Houston to California when he had to go take care of some business, and now it's doing me very well to get me back to California to, you know, go to my uncle's service. So I just love level 8 luggage. They come through every single time when I need to travel. I have so many different sets of level 8 luggage at this point, so I think that you should definitely check them out, especially the aluminum one, because if you like this look, it gives very much designer for the price. Insane. And again, you get the packing cubes, the labels, the leather luggage tag. I just think it's such a bargain. So I'll have them linked down in the description box if you guys are interested. Let me put this back in here. I'm trying to have everything set because I literally have to leave in less than 10 hours and I'm not even asleep yet, which is insane. But I'm gonna just have everything like this, just kind of like going through the airport, and that's going to be how it goes. And then once I get through the checkpoint, I am going to put my laptop in the carry-on so I don't have to have so much in this bag that I'm actually physically carrying. Also, because I needed a bag that went with everything in my luggage, I actually just stuffed this bag in this bag. So a bag within a bag. And yeah, that's kind of like what it's giving. And then what else do I have in here? I have my Louis Vuitton little toiletry case. And then I did bring my Louis agenda. And that's pretty much everything that's in here. I mean, a lot can actually fit in this bag. I felt like everything would fit in here better than if I were to take my Louis backpack. So that is the update. I will catch you guys when we touch down because I did rent a car for a day just so I can kind of like move around. He does have a viewing that is the day after we land, but I have to be honest, like I cannot see him like that. I didn't see my grandmother when she passed. I didn't see my grandfather. I did not see my uncle. I did not see my cousin. Like I don't want to remember them that way. I don't want that visual burned into my mind. So I'd rather just remember him like this, which is the last photo I took with him and just how I always remember him. I think that after dealing with everything with my dad and seeing my dad the way that I saw him, which is like an image that I just cannot get out of my head and it almost supersedes all of the other images, I just don't want to do that to myself. So I'm gonna stay back for that, and my mom is gonna go ahead and, you know, be moral support for her sister, which she definitely needs all the support. And then obviously I'll go to the service the next day or even drive down a little bit later afterwards if they have like a plan or they're going to dinner or something like that. I cannot see him like that. It will devastate me, and I can only imagine how she feels because again, that's her husband of over 40 years. So it's just not an easy situation all the way around. I will catch you guys when we get to California, but yeah, just keep my family lifted up in your prayers. I wondered what it would be like to go back to a place I had been brought from. And the second I landed in LA, I had a surprising revelation. when you're going back to somewhere familiar, you get there and everything for the most part looks the same with a few minor differences. Like maybe you might see like new landmarks or, new places of business that have opened, different shops, things like that. But for the most part, the street signs haven't changed. The ways to get from point A to point B haven't changed. The area is essentially the same. You just might see different stops along the way. But the very interesting thing about going to a place that you have been delivered from, is the feeling and the satisfaction you get from being there doesn't feel the same. We have landed and it's so interesting being back. Me and my mom were talking about like wondering how we would feel, and I just wonder when I step outside if it's gonna feel noticeably drier, like not as humid. And I'm really like jonesing for a bagel from this place I used to go to all the time by my old place. So yeah, there's that. So anyway, we're off to get the rental car, well, their rental car, and then I'm gonna get mine later on this evening.
Shaken oversized. That will include most of your car seat strollers, any sporting musical or media equipment are oversized.
You guys, we are at our old stomping grounds. Look at it right there. This is more of like a side quest. The real thrift extravaganza starts tomorrow, but this is the one that was right by my old apartment that I used to score at occasionally, and I just want to see if it's still giving. Like, is it better in my mind than what it actually is? Do I remember it as better? I don't know, but I'm like so excited to get in here because let me just say, I really miss this thrifting. Let's see if they have anything with the new Ralph Lauren drop with the Morehouse Spellman collaboration and like the Black Excellence thing they have going on. I really want to try to thrift Ralph Lauren inspired pieces along with just other things that catch my eye, but let's just go see what it's giving and see if the prices are still good also. It's definitely in the afternoon. I want to say it's like 4 something, so obviously not ideal, but I used to still score in here even when I would go at night, so we're really gonna just see what it's giving. Thank you. I could not be more thrilled right now. Like, you don't understand. They've changed some things. Hold on. Okay, so the plan is, because this is very impromptu and I don't have my tripod, I'm just gonna go through some things, and if I get anything, I'll show you guys what it is after the fact. Just as good as I remember, I fear. Just as good. When I landed, I went to get my rental car and I had to pick up some mail from my old apartment. And it was the weirdest feeling pulling into a driveway that I had pulled into a million times over the course of like 7 years. And while on the outside, everything looked the same, status quo, you know, nothing had really changed. The second I walked into the leasing office, I noticed that none of the same people were working there. Everybody there, for the most part, was different. But not only that, seemingly from the outside looking in, everything would be the same. But the way that I felt was so completely different, because when I was thinking about moving to Texas, I had this pit in the bottom of my stomach because I had always been an LA girl. Like, who am I if I'm not the girl from LA, born and raised, you know? But going back, I looked around and the first thought I had was, wow, he's brought me a mighty long way. Like, from this to where I actually ended up, such an amazing blessing. And being back did not feel as satisfying as I thought it would feel, nor did I feel like, man, I wish I could come back. And that was probably the most surprising feeling of all. Good morning. We are gonna start our day of thrifting. First, we need to get a coffee. I cannot do hotel coffee. I just can't, not unless it's like at the Four Seasons. And I know that sounds bougie, but me and my parents have been talking about staying here and how we really feel about it. And I think that as you get older, you just start to realize it's not worth leaving your house if where you're going is not at least the equivalent, if not should definitely be better. So it feels like a getaway. It's neither here nor there, but I'm gonna get Pete's coffee. There's one in Texas, but it's kind of a little further away from me. So I'm gonna have some coffee and then we're gonna head to the Goodwill across town, then Hope of the Valley, then another Goodwill, and that will conclude our thrift extravaganza for California. But this is the outfit. I am wearing that really nice Zara dress that I love so much, the one that like has the back out. I love this dress. And we're gonna be filming on my phone. I did bring my little pocket camera, but I just can't be bothered today. We're gonna do old school thrift video with the phone. So yeah, this is the outfit. Have on some sandals because I only brought 2 pair of shoes and I don't feel like wearing my Sambas with this. So it's a pretty warm day. This should be fine and I don't need a jacket. So yeah, let's head out, grabbing the bag. And we are out the door. We got the coffee secured. It is delicious. It's so funny. I have been getting complimented all day on this fragrance that I'm wearing. This girl just came up to me and she was like, oh my God, you smell so good. You smell so good. And obviously it's a dossier fragrance, but I can't talk about it yet. So I'm going to tell you guys about it in the next vlog. But the fragrance does exactly what it says it's supposed to do, which is that, you know, that it factor. It just makes people be like, who is she? So we'll talk about the fragrance later, but it was just funny because I'm like, oh, the fragrance is really giving. The fragrance really is who they think they are. So we're headed to the thrift store now. So glad I rented a car because I don't know how I would get around if I did not. Store number 1, let's go. guys, it's time to try on some of the stuff before I continue to look, because my cart is getting fairly full and I kind of want to filter some things out, maybe look a little bit more, and then we're going to head to Hope of the Valley. So let's go through some of the things that I am trying to figure out if I'm going to get or not, including the moto boots. Honestly, for $25, I just feel like I may try to turn them into an outfit. It's my toxic trait, I know, but I just feel like we wear moto boots anyway, and they're only damaged a little bit right here, which I don't really care. I want them to look a little rugged. Okay, first things first is, you know, not Ralph Lauren, but it is giving kind of like Ralph Lauren aesthetic. My main concern about thrifting anything is materials. This is 100% cotton and it feels amazing. I'm just trying to really figure out if I'm gonna actually wear this. I have this Banana Republic like cashmere and silk blend not cardigan, but like sweater. Let's try this on top of it. All right, not really loving it. Like, this just isn't my style. However, I do really like the sweater. I might get the sweater. I don't know that I'm gonna get the button up because I have a ton of button ups like this. So we're just gonna go maybe for the sweater. I don't know, let me try on everything else. Okay, I think I might get this because it's 100% linen by Banana Republic. It's only $9.99. Yeah, really good quality, and all of my button ups are oversized, and I sometimes need some that are not so oversized, so this actually might really work for what I want, so we'll see. Okay, I feel like this white chaps is a classic, and I do need some more like white button ups. And this one again is a little bit smaller, so I actually think I might get this one depending. It's $9.99, that's not terrible, but I kind of want to see what's at Hope of the Valley because I just feel like they price their button ups better, so we'll see. I know I already thrifted a leather jacket, but I don't have a silver one, and I've been looking for like a metallic one. This is one of Zara's real leather jackets, which I think is really cute. So I kind of want to get this, and I like the fit. I like how it's slim and not oversized, so we're gonna see. Bubble skirts are trending, so when I saw this, and I love the bubble skirt trend obviously, I'm like, this jacket has to come home with me, because I would totally style this up as a dress in the fall winter season, and then, you know, like wear it open as well. Honestly, I just feel like it looks better closed, but it's giving. I have to get this, and it's $17.99, so yeah, definitely a win. Okay, I'm not trying this on, but I'm pretty certain this is like a tube top or a skirt, and I like the way it has the little button down flap right here. Could definitely pin that and make it like a really cute top, and I do feel like I could also wear this as a skirt, so I'm definitely gonna get this because it's something I will wear. I will wear this a lot, so yeah, definitely think I'm gonna get this. I think this skirt is super cute. It's actually shorts like bloomers, but it looks like a skirt. It's definitely like not made the best, but it's something that I would layer under like graphic t-shirts and stuff like that for the summer. It's very easy, and it's not expensive at all. I want to say, hold on, how much is it? Yeah, it's only $7.99, so I'm gonna get this. This could be a skirt or a dress. I'm trying to figure out like how I feel about it. Like, am I here yet? I don't know. I think it could be a really cute dress though. I don't know. I think this is super cute, and since none of my leather skirts fit me right now, definitely I'm gonna get this one. It's by BCBG, so it's made really well. This is really cute. I don't know if I'm going to get it or not, because aside from it like being buttoned and tied a certain way, I can't really see myself wearing it any other way. I mean, it's really good quality. It's a nice weight. I like the slightly cropped bell sleeve, but I'm only trying to get things that I know I'm gonna keep wearing over and over and over again, and I don't know. I love this. I'm very much into a poncho moment, and I think this could be really cute, like off the shoulder. It's like that trend I was telling you, like outfit add-ons. This would definitely be a really cute outfit add-on, so I'm gonna get this. I had to try this one on just to be sure. I don't know if I'm crazy about it, but I'm gonna try it on as a skirt and see how I feel. Okay, so this kind of has a situation where I could fold it over like my Dion Lee skirt. So I think I love this more as a skirt with a bodysuit. All right, so that was a success. I did not get the moto boots only because I walked funny in them, and you cannot be fashionable but looking uncomfortable. So there's that. Now we're headed to Hope of the Valley, and I'm really most excited for Hope of the Valley. I really hope it still gives, but so far, okay, watch it, baby. So far, Thrift has still been giving. Still been giving. Feels like coming home. tell you, I truly miss this thrifting. Oh my gosh, I found so many good things. I actually found a really nice Pronto Uomo sweater for my husband for winter. It's like nice and lightweight, but I know he'll wear it a lot because it's black. And then I found so many things. We're gonna do a try on. We have one more thrift store to go, and then I need to go buy another luggage. Okay, you guys, it's true that when you're from different states, you drive differently. I just did a very Texas thing on these California streets. Like in California, the center dividers are very like narrow. And so like when you're turning, you just gotta go. Like you have to time it in a way where you can turn and just like go all the way. But in Texas, sometimes it's so wide that you kind of go across and you sit in the middle like section, and then you go around because the streets are like ultra wide. I just low-key kind of did that when I was trying to turn into this parking lot because it's like habit now. And it just, I had a moment where I was like, oh my God, that's such a Texas thing to do. And I've only been living there for 6 months. But we're at the last and final thrift destination. Why is this key not coming out? Hold on. Come on. Oh, I know why. Ooh, did not put the car in park. We're at the last and final destination, and then we're going to go get something to eat, and then we still have dinner. So yeah, let's go. My battery is dying on my phone, so this is gonna be like a real quick one. Her hair looks so cute, doesn't it?
Embracing the gray.
She's going on her gray hair journey. She's salt and pepper and foxy.
No, silver and copper.
Oh, okay. What do you feel about my thrift haul?
It's ridiculous. You bought a bunch of stuff that you don't need.
I definitely need it.
You have nowhere to put those things.
Actually, I have a whole room to put those things in now.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I'm about to give her a thrift haul. I can admit it was very nice to see family. Like, I loved seeing everybody, and I do miss not being able to drop whatever I'm doing and drive further into LA to see my family. I miss that a lot. Not to mention some of my cousins who had previously not lived in the state because they were away doing their residency for med school. They're back. They have wonderful jobs in LA. And, you know, it's kind of like, oh, the gang's all back together. But not really, because I'm not there anymore. And I feel like the second I left LA, a lot of different people in my family started going through things that I wished so badly I could be there for them to help them get through, or just like be there for them. And I'm like states away. So obviously it's not as easy. And that was something that was really hard for me and my mom, because she moved too. It was really hard for us to come to grips with the fact that we can't just pick up and go, which is what we're normally used to doing. But at the same time, I know that there is a purpose for everything. And even though I may not see what that purpose is right now, my faith is strong enough to know that there is one, you know? So it was a very interesting thing to be able to see so many familiar faces, people I had not seen in a very long time. And one of the things that it made us all think, and we said it to make a point, that we really need to find ways to get together, all of us, without it being because someone is no longer with us. Like, that should not be the only reason. That or a wedding. That should not be the only reason that we get together, because when we were younger, we used to get together a whole lot more often. And me and my cousins were talking about the fact that we really need to plan a cousins trip, like one where we just like get away, maybe do like a cabin somewhere or something, and just like all get together. So we're definitely going to be working on that, trying to plan that out. But I will say that the feeling was very interesting, because sometimes it can be scary to make a change. It can be very scary to make a change, especially one so major as picking up your life and moving to a place that you do not know. Not really. Imagine how Abraham felt. You know, he tried to take his family with him, and you know, he was actually in the place he was supposed to be, and God still wouldn't show him that he was where he was supposed to be until he had to let some people go. And when I think over the last few years of my life and just even leading up to me leaving, like I had to let my father go. I had to let a friend of 20 years go, over 20 years. Like I had to let so many things and so many people go before I could even get direction or see where it was that I was supposed to be going. And when I look back over major moments in my life, becoming a mom for the first, second, and third time, getting married, you know, having this situation where I'm moving my whole entire family to a different state. Like there are certain seasons where I have had to let people go during those times. And during some of those seasons, I've had to let the same people go in order to walk into that season, which I also find very interesting. And we can cry about the things that we have to let go and leave behind, or we can realize that there's always going to be a purpose and a reason for why certain things can't come with us. And when I look back over all that I had to go through over the last 2 to 3 years to get to where I am today, first of all, I would say that I can't say that it's worth it. I can't say that it's worth it because losing people is not fun. But what I can say is God's purpose has definitely been accomplished, and the obedience is worth it. The obedience, the fruit of that obedience is worth it. The wisdom and the knowledge and the understanding that comes from that obedience is worth it. But it will never feel like the people are worth it, because when you really love somebody, you want to hold on to them and keep them close for as long as you possibly can. But there is a season for everything under the sun. And there are some seasons where you have to leave behind some things, some people, some ideals, some thoughts, some perspectives, and move forward in the spirit of truth, because that's what's important and that's what matters. So what I can say is I really thought I was going to get back to LA and feel like I missed it. But when it got down to it, after a couple days, I was ready to go home. And for the first time since I moved, home felt like Texas. And I truly feel like after going back to LA, I can now move forward with confidence, knowing that I made a great choice. And also, it gave me some perspective that when I got home, I was like looking around like, oh my God, like I am so grateful. I am so grateful for everything that I have been blessed with. And I never want to take it for granted. But not only that, I want to maximize the opportunity that I have been given, that I feel like I was so busy looking back, wondering if I had made the right choice, wondering, you know, if certain things were my fault or if certain things shouldn't have happened, or, you know, maybe I didn't pray hard enough. Maybe I didn't say the right prayer. Was I supposed to really like lose this person? Like, is there anything that I could have done to change this? But for the first time, I looked back and I realized, just by being where I had been brought from, I realized like, wow, not only has he brought me far, but this was a great choice. And don't take for granted the opportunity you've been given, because there's going to come another season, another point in time where the moment you're in right now is going to be the thing you're asked to leave, because there's something new, something else for you to do. So if you are struggling with change, if you are struggling with making a choice or a decision, if you're struggling with loss, if you're struggling with being content because you have to let some things go and you may not understand why, let this be a message to you that although you don't understand, there will come a moment where you stand still, you look around, and you realize that everything was for a purpose. And although it may feel like something is your fault, or you feel like you could have done better, or you feel like maybe you could have made a different choice, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And for those of you wondering if you're going to get the thrift haul, obviously you're going to get the thrift haul, but we're going to do it a little bit differently. We are going to actually try everything on and style it up into outfits, and that is going to take me some time. So stay tuned.